It is time for a new video. So I wanted to get into something that really is interesting, and I have a big, huge question to honestly ask everyone out there. For those who know me, I do love going to conventions. I love experiencing the people. I love experiencing the atmosphere, connecting with cosplayers, meeting people, fans, the whole 9 yards. But I started thinking about this one question that I was DM'd on Instagram, which was pretty interesting. Someone had asked me why, personally, Anime Expo is my favorite convention, but I never talked about it. And that's kind of the question that I'm going to ask everybody. So, what is everybody's favorite convention? Because when you think about it, we all have our favorite conventions, where it's the United States, Brazil, England, Japan, Canada, Mexico, um, Spain, Italy, around the world, basically. And there's a lot of conventions everywhere. And we all have our favorite. We all have that one convention that we just go consistently without even stopping. Our favorite convention that that we personally love very deeply. And to me, that's Anime Expo. See, I've always talked about an AX very highly, but I don't really talk about it like why it's my favorite. And I kind of want to give you just a little bit tad of a story about why I personally love AX. So here we go. So, as someone who watches anime for years, I've been watching anime since I was 3. I've really never experienced a convention like Anime Expo. I've been to San Diego Comic Con. I've been to conventions here in Oklahoma, Texas, Southern California, even Arizona, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas. It's been great, but Anime Expo has to be one of my all-time favorite conventions, and here's why. See, since someone like me who's been watching anime for over a decade, I really have to say that anime is one of my favorite genres of entertainment that I really do love. It means a lot to the world to me. It got me through my bullying during my fourth grade period, like during the time of my fourth grade period. I was going through a lot. I was having dark thoughts, suicidal thoughts, self harming thoughts, and all that. Anime was got me through that. But why Anime Expo is my favorite is I'm gonna tell you. But like I said, I've been an anime fan for a long time. But then I started wondering, how in the world is there a great anime convention? Because my very first convention was San Diego Comic Con back in 2007, and I went again in 2010, and I went in 2014. So I've gone to San Diego Comic Con at least 3 times. I went to Long Beach Comic Con at least a few times too, which was a great convention, by the way. It's really fun. And I really just want to put that out there. But I didn't start going to Anime Expo until I was like around 2017. And someone who's lived in Southern California should know what Anime Expo is. And unfortunately, I never went. Anime Expo has been around since 1991, so it's over 30 years old. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But here's the thing. Like I said, someone who's watched anime never really got an Anime Expo. I could have gotten 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. 4 years. I lived in Southern California, even back in 2008, 2009, 2010, stuff like that. But what really got me to going to Anime Expo is the fact that I actually heard about it on Facebook, and I never knew what it was. So I went to Anime Expo 2017, my very first AX. I went to one day, and after experiencing that first day of AX, I never saw an anime convention that was so much fun. That one day changed my life, and to be honest, I've collected all my badges over the years, and that's kind of where my love for AX began. Because personally, um, here. personally, it's one of my favorite conventions because I really have to talk about. I really talk about it. AX is just one of my favorite conventions because after 2017, I fell in love with it because the community was great, the atmosphere is great, the vendors, the artist alley, the the panels are great, Make Cafe is awesome, and that's kind of when I started wondering. After just experiencing all that for one day, I started enjoying it. I started seeing the fact that AX was a total different convention compared to San Diego Comic Con and many others, and even though it was just anime. And then 2018, I kind of went to the same thing. I went to one day AX because that's all I could afford. And then again, I fell in love with it because AX was the first convention that I saw where a community was different. And after experiencing AX, I wanted to continue going. I wanted to, and I I did because again, 2018 was different, and I couldn't explain why. I just fell in love with Anime Expo, but I did. It was great. I had the same amount of fun I did the previous year, and from that point, I wanted to say I said to myself, this can't be just one day event. I have to go all 4 days. I have to go all 4 days because there's a whole world of AX to explore, and honestly, that's where things began growing for me. Because in 2019, that's exactly what I did. For the first time, I went to a 4 day convention. It was in 2019. Well, here's a funny story. So I had gotten 2019 was totally different because everything was cheaper. Wise, because I had a hotel, uh, airplane pass that was incredibly ridiculously cheap back in 2019, which was about like $129 from Oklahoma City to LA. That's the same year I moved to Oklahoma City, and I saved up a lot of money that I saved up for the previous year because I want to go to all 4 days for AX. And then that's where I decided to just save everything, save a lot of my money, and I did. I bought my plane pass. I got hotel, Uber. It was really cheap. Uber was probably I think like $3, $4, $5 like this from my hotel to the event center, which was fun. But that hotel was very different. It was terrible. The condition was horrible, and the beds were not good. But it's all I could afford back in 2019. But like I said, 2019 was a huge deal for me because I went all 3 days. I could have gone 4 days, but I arrived day one of AX 2019, and it was like I said, it was fun, but I had a good time, and I really enjoyed celebrating 3 days. And I came back to Oklahoma City on a train, which was fun. Amtrak is really fun. Now, 2020 and 2021, as you know, had to go virtual because of COVID-19, and that was absolutely terrible. But at the same time, fun because 2020 and 2021, they had out printable badges for AX that was really awesome. And personally, I enjoyed 2021 and 2020 AX Lite because it was the same amount of feeling, same amount of love, same amount of connection that people are having. It was on YouTube, Twitch, and it was just such a great experience of an online convention. I think AX does it really good, and I personally just fell in love with the idea of for AX of having that convention. 2021, same thing. I had a great time. It was celebrating 30 years of Anime Expo, but we couldn't celebrate it together because, again, COVID-19 was a huge thing that was affecting conventions, and I couldn't go to a lot of conventions in 2020 and 2021 because, COVID-19 was terrible. It was. But here's the thing. I went 2022. That was difficult. For one, it was overcrowded. For two, I had a good time. And three, I only bought just a minimal amount of stuff going to AX. And the fourth reason is the fact that I knew somebody. I had a former friend who actually was part of one of the exhibits in the main hall, and they were they were with a group of people that were part of the company. I don't remember which one it was, but like I said, a long time ago. I was about 3 years ago. It's been a while. But anyways, I had gotten a pass because were they needed some volunteers for AX that year, and I gladly said yes. So I went to AX 2022 because I was able to do that, and it was, like I said, totally different. It was totally different because mask mandates were different. It was a lot. It was a lot. 2023, I think, was very difficult because it was overcrowding. I was in line for 2 hours, but I still had a good time. And the third thing I really do is the fact that I regret taking my ex partner, I who I took in 2023, and he only went 2 days for the event for a 4 day expo, and it was just terrible. I regret doing that. Then we have 2024, way different. It was amazing, and I had such a good time. It was personally one of my favorite years because I got to explore a lot of stuff, and I got Genshin Impact, which was amazing because Genshin Impact was there, and I freaking loved that. I freaking loved the fact that Genshin Impact, that Hoyoverse had a panel, not panel, but had a thing there, and then not to mention the fact there was a fan panel of Genshin Impact, which was amazing. By the way, those two cosplayers are awesome, and it was just amazing. I really did enjoy it. AX 2024 was amazing that year. 2025 for AX was amazing. I really enjoyed it. It was successfully amazing and good because there's a lot of room in 2024, and in 2025 they bumped it up to a lot more of room and less crowding in some areas for the artist alley, and sitting was a thing for 2025 for last year that I could not, kind of bothered me because sitting, it was just hard to find a seat anywhere. But anyways, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. One thing I do regret is I took a former acquaintance of mine, and she practically just kind of ruined the trip because of her condition, which I don't kind of particularly blame. It's just that having that condition was just physical, took a toll on her physically and mentally. She just wasn't ready for Anime Expo, and she's not coming this year with me. And yeah, I just want to say that because that was very inflaming because I didn't explore AX like I was hoping last year, and yeah. But anyways, it was still fun. Anime Expo. Me and my sister from another Mister, who I've known 9 years, coming next year's 10 years. They, yeah, it was great though. I'm ready. And yeah, so TX 2025 was great. I really did enjoy it. Um, so this year will be my 10th year for attending Anime Expo. So I've been going to Anime Expo for 10 years, and this will be my 10th year. And I can't believe it's been 10 years that I've gone to Anime Expo. I've never gone to a convention this long, ever. I've really never gone to a convention this long. I've been to many conventions, but this is like my convention that I have gone to the most. And honestly, it's amazing. I freaking love the fact that Anime Expo is the convention I've gone to the most. I've traveled from Oklahoma City to LA. I'm sorry, San Diego, picking up my sister and driving. We gone up, and this year I have hotel, um, rental car, flight, Everything's ready. And so far, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this because I cannot wait for AX 2026 because this is going to be a new year of amazing things, new anime stuff, all panels, a whole 9 yards of that, plus a lot of new updates and all that. So, like I said, Anime Expo is my favorite convention that I've gone to many years, and 10 years of attending this convention is truly an honor. It's so much fun. And I just really have to say, I love it. I love this. I love AX for everything it has. And I gotta tell you, it is just exhausting, but so much fun. I've enjoyed Anime Expo for over the years I have attended. And it's been great. I really love attending Anime Expo as much as I can say. And I've heard many complaints about, oh, Anime Expo is too much, to me, hearing that is saying like, then don't go. Then don't go to Anime Expo if it's going to be such a big deal. Oh, it's overhyped. It's over commercialized. San Diego Comic Con is unfortunately the same thing, and I love San Diego Comic Con, but it is hard to get into San Diego Comic Con because everyone snacks a ticket like that on the one day. AX takes its time, and San Diego Comic Con used to have that, but unfortunately, no more. But as a whole, Anime Expo is my all-time favorite convention. I really have to say it's great, and I honestly enjoy it for what it is. Anime Expo has the Masquerade, which I'm praying to get accepted because I've been putting my applications, and hopefully, I will continue doing that, and I will get to that level of cosplaying I always wanted to do by being a masquerade, being a part of the masquerade and all that. I love it. But as much as I can say, I still go to Anime Expo, even though I don't get the chance to be at the masquerade. But it's all good. It's all good. Anime Expo is one of my favorite conventions. Just like many people have their favorite conventions, San Diego Comic Con, WonderCon. We have New York Comic Con, MomoCon. We have MegaCon in Tampa, Florida. Um, and many others. Everybody has their favorite convention. This is personally my favorite convention that I've gone consistently for going to be 10 years now, and I freaking love Anime Expo so much and all that. It's just one of my favorite conventions, just like everybody has their favorite convention. But again, yeah, that's just why I love AX, so that solves the problem on why I've gone to AX consistently and why I talk about it. But yeah. But anyways, that solves your problem. Hopefully, I'll be going to Anime Expo 2026. I probably bought my pass. I'm ready for 10 years of attending Anime Expo. I fucking love it, and I'm very grateful to attend a convention that is amazing. So, but like I said, though, Anime Expo is one of my favorite conventions, and I will see you all in the next video. Please tell me your favorite convention in the comments. I really want to know. And like I said, have your favorite convention and keep going because this is amazing. I love the cosplay community for what it's worth because they're bullying, there's a negative side, but as a whole, there's a loving side of the cosplay community that I really do love. And this is one of my favorite conventions because the community is amazing. But everyone has their favorite community, everyone has their favorite cosplay group, and everyone has their favorite convention that they love attending consistently. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll be ending this video, and I hope everyone has a glorious, fantastic, wonderful day. And if I see you at AX, it's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. So I'll be posting my lineup for Anime Expo, and I will be posting a video on what characters I'll be. So, anyways, that's this video. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell for more content, and I shall see you all later in the next video.